Are you really connecting with your intuition, or are you simply delusional? I have so many friends who claim to be spiritual. Some of them are, some of them I'm not so sure. And sometimes they would explain things to me, or even trying to give advice to me. And whenever they're channeling their intuition, for me, it's very clear, like when they are truly connecting with the higher self, or the spiritual wisdom that they developed into, that intuition feels very different than when they feel they are connecting with their intuition, but they're actually rationalizing their own behavioral pattern or things like that. And one thing I learned from my observation and my own experiences, when you feel your intuition is leading you to familiar path that you've been on before. It could be a way of thinking, it could be a way of doing things, it could be a habit. A lot of times you need to pause and question yourself, am I rationalizing it? Am I making connections that are not really spiritual there? Because a lot of times our old way of protecting our ego, or protecting our trauma, or protecting our scars would lead us back to familiar old behavior patterns and thinking patterns too. And that usually is why we get stuck in certain place of our life. True intuition will lead us to the place we dare not go. True intuition will lead us to the uncomfortable reality that we hesitate to confront. And true intuition would reassure us that we have all the potential and what it needs to break out of old cycles. Intuition is something that don't necessarily go against the rational mind. It goes beyond that. So that's two different things, right? Against rational mind is, trying to lead you to things rationally are not going to be good. But beyond rational mind is show you path that you hesitate to try, or you didn't even know was possible. But rationally, if you really come and put your emotions aside and you rationally analyze it, there's nothing wrong, or it is absolutely a possible but a rare path that you didn't try before. That is more likely an intuition. But if you feel your intuition is leading you to old culture and old tradition that are not really healthy nowadays, for example, if your intuition is leading you to certain sexist ideas, or tribalism kind of ideologies, to draw connection there, it might just be the cultural background of the tradition or religion that you learn your spirituality from. And it's not really the teaching, it's the background of the teaching. And you find that in all religions, really. And also, if you feel your intuition is leading you back to a familiar behavioral pattern or thinking pattern, and you've done that before, and you've done that many times, and it led you nowhere, then pause and think. Maybe do some, other practices, meditation, or bring out your rational mind. So this is my opinion. You could disagree with me, no problem at all. But I just want to remind everyone who is into spirituality that be careful and don't fall into delusional thinking. Don't fall into the toxicity of the cultural background of the religion that we get our spirituality from. And be careful, don't forget your logic, don't forget your rational mind. And it's like our left foot and right foot, right? Rationality, logic, and intuition. We can only go forward if we use both. If we lose one, we'll just be spinning around. If you find yourself stuck in your life and spinning around, maybe you are only using one of your 2 feet, okay? So this is my sharing today, and I hope it brings you certain comfort, it brings you certain hope, or it gives you certain inspiration, or anything that is a blessing. I'm sending all the good vibes to you through this message, and I hope you have a good life. Blessed be.